We're back, man. Creator of the Source magazine, Dave Mays, is with us today. Two things I want to talk about. One is the Hip Hop Week that you just did in Milwaukee. Will you be doing that in other cities, and what does that consist of?
Yeah, okay, so the city of Milwaukee is actually the first city in America ever to create an official week for hip-hop. They did it this past year in August, and I partnered with them, Dave Mays Media, and it's about a couple of things. It's about celebrating the culture with entertainment and performances, but it's also about getting back to showing how hip-hop can be an empowering force for the community and doing things to help empower the community. So, for example, this last year, we did Scarface. We brought him out there to speak on the political process and, voting and why it's important to get,
he just ran for office.
He just ran for office. He did lose, unfortunately, but, that was a big deal. Then we did some stuff on financial literacy, educating people how to buy homes, how you can qualify to get loans. We had DJ Envy from the Breakfast Club come out there and speak on that. He's become a real expert in that area. We had from Deb Prez, Stickman. He spoke on health and wellness and, letting people know a little more about things you can do to improve your health and your longevity of your life through, diet and exercise, different things like that, these type of messages don't always get to the people, that really need them the most. So using hip-hop as a way to try to convey those messages and get people engaged, that's really what the Hip Hop Week is about. So in 2020, we'll be back in Milwaukee, but there are several other cities that I'm going to be announcing in the next, month or two that we'll be bringing that concept to as well, and hopefully it'll spread.
And last but not least, give me your thoughts on some of the people that we lost in hip hop this year. Juice WRLD, we lost Nipsey, a lot of people that we lost in hip hop. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was a tragic year for, in a number of ways. I mean, of course, Juice WRLD being as young as he was and being on, the cusp of so much, success and greatness, that was really tragic, and the way that happened. And but John Singleton,
yes,
another legend for the hip hop culture, the first real filmmaker, to really represent the culture in the film world in such an incredible way.
Utilize a lot of rappers. That was his go-to.
Yeah, yeah. But I think Nipsey, is probably the most important, significant loss. I mean, I think Nipsey represented so many things about the culture that have gotten lost and diminished over the years as hip-hop has become much more commercialized, as it's become more dominated by the culture vultures, as you say. Nipsey combined everything. I mean, as far as just, he was an incredible just lyricist, and what he said and his style and everything, just musically, but also his engagement with the community. I mean, you look at all these hip-hop stars, I mean, people making all this money, all this fame, but none of them are really doing the types of things that Nip was doing in his community to really try to offer jobs and other things to empower people in the worst communities. And it's all over. We know it is in every city, and hopefully other younger artists will see that as an example to go by, because a lot of hip hop artists haven't been able to do that for whatever reasons.
I always said, Dave, he was a guy that all the girls loved and a guy that the guys wanted to be like. That's what Nipsey was cool, like, as with Nas and other cool people back in the day. So how can people reach out to you through Dave Mays Media, social media?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm on IG at The Real Dave Mays and Dave Mays Media, and on Facebook at those as well. And yeah, that's the best way.
Any new publications, digitally, or anything coming out? You got something cooking?
Well, the whole premise for Dave Mays Media in 2020, I'm developing a couple projects based on my story. A lot of people don't know my story. People barely know the source anymore these days, let alone the guy that was really behind it and started it. So I'm going to be getting that out in documentary and also in a movie form, and then also launching a new digital media platform that will hopefully be something like the source was for the culture on a global basis going forward.
Thank you for stopping by later with Leon, man. I'm going to jump on that diss track. You do a diss track with Eminem, I'm going to jump on it this time. Give us some smoke. We'll be right back. More later with Leon.